Hello, welcome to Tae Kwon Do Training. I'll be your instructor, actually host for tonight's show. Melanie LEMIRE will be the instructor tonight. Melanie's going to go over some yoga, all right? She's a practitioner of yoga, and she's going to show us some really basic moves tonight. So if anyone out there say, boy, I'd like to see what yoga is all about, she's going to go over some real easy moves tonight that you can try. So if you want to get up from the couch or the chair, maybe stretch out a little before you do any of the moves, but most of these yoga moves are a stretch. Am I right?
Yeah.
She's going to show you one of the real easy moves that she's going to show you that you're going to learn tonight. Show her that move that everyone can learn. Okay? Here's a move we're going to show you how to do tonight. All right? Only joking. It'd take me 10 years to do that move. And that takes a lot of strength. And Melanie used to do gymnastics, and she was always athletic. So moves like this aren't too hard for her, but that's an advanced move.
Yeah, it's pretty, I mean, you wouldn't go to your first class and really do it.
How long did it take you to learn that move?
Not long.
Not too long. Well, because of gymnastics.
Right. I was always in that
Gymnastics
stuff,
your whole life, softball and all that stuff. So her body's still geared for that, and she's a strong girl. And very loose. When Melanie was just a young baby, I've always been loose myself from Tae Kwon Do. But take her legs and go right around her head, right behind her head with her legs and that. So yoga's right down your alley. All right, so what we're gonna do, and we're not gonna be doing that exercise. What did you call it? The what crow?
Side crow.
The side crow. There's no side crow tonight. I could see people turning their TV off going, this guy's crazy.
Nope.
Nope, not tonight.
Not today.
What we're going to do is very, very basic exercises that you might learn when you very first start yoga. All right? So let's just do one of the first exercises. Go through it now.
So if you were to go to a class, probably the first exercise or stretch that they would have you do is find yourself in child's pose. So this usually just gets you to find yourself and just be in the moment and clear all the thoughts. So you just want to get down and press yourself back. I can get this way so you can see. And just sit. And you're going to feel that stretch in through here and in through here.
And so you're reaching out?
You're just kind of reaching as far as you possibly can out on the floor.
Right.
And that's where you can, during your practice, you can find yourself if you're feeling tired or you're feeling like you just want to get back to relaxing.
Now, how long are you going to stay in that position? We're going to be going through a lot of stuff tonight, so she probably won't stay in as long as you normally would. Maybe we will. But how long do you like to stay in the position?
Usually in that position, in the beginning, you really want to try and focus on what you're doing and not things that happen throughout the day.
So you're trying to clear your mind, relax.
And so that position, I would say you want to stay in for at least 2 or 3 minutes to really let it.
But it's not hurting you, or it's not
No,
that
that
high,
one doesn't hurt, and it's stretching you out.
It's not strenuous.
No, it's not strenuous at all. But
And that's the one you always start with?
that's what you always would
Always
probably
start with that.
that.
Do it. Can you do it one more time?
Yep. So you want to get down, find yourself.
Right. So your feet are just behind you, almost sitting on your feet, and you're just stretching straight out. Your head's on the ground, all right? And so you're relaxing your head on the ground. You probably want a mat or a rug or something that you're going to be doing these exercises on so that you're not on a hardwood floor or cold floor and hurt your knees. Okay, so that's pretty easy. So that kind of opens it up, gets you ready to start your exercises.
Yep.
So we're going to say 2 or 3 minutes or something like that.
Yep.
All right, so after that, what would your next move be that you'd like to do?
Well, when I practice, I do a power flow yoga usually because
Power flow?
I usually don't like to be relaxed.
Right. So there's different types of yoga.
There's many different types of yoga.
Okay, yeah.
The one I do is more of a power flow, so it's faster paced. I'm not sitting in positions very long, but it's continuous.
But what you're going to show us, we could stay in positions.
Could stay in them.
Nice and relax, okay. That's what a lot of people want to do, and just stretch out and relax and get some muscle tone. Okay.
So the next would be, usually we find ourselves, you have what's called a flow. So you flow into a downward dog. So you start here, this is upward dog. right here. You can stay in here as long as you want. That's a nice stretch.
Right. Oh, you're
and
stretching
through
your back, yeah.
and through your core.
So your legs are on the ground, your knees
Legs
are on the ground.
ground.
Okay.
And you're
not
just
holding yourself up.
nope.
Nice.
And then you put your feet back onto the ground and push back. And that's downward dog.
Wow. And then from there,
You can pedal out,
okay, you can
which
pedal
is
out.
this,
Yeah,
just to get yourself into it,
yeah.
and it's not so strenuous.
And you can do that for maybe a minute or so?
You
or
can do that for as long
as you want.
and then walk yourself back up.
And so that's one whole set of
That
exercises?
could be a whole set. If you want to do it individually, you can.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it all together.
Can we try it one more time?
Yep. So I would start in child's pose
Right,
and
so
come
you're
to
you're
here.
standing there almost like a push-up.
Just kind of like a plank.
Yeah. Down, and then swoop your back up. Okay. I hear things cracking.
And then you really want to push
Pushing, all right.
backwards and let your shoulders feel that
Yeah.
stretch and your hamstrings. And then you'll
And
walk
you walk your way back up there. And what's that walking?
That's just
still
so that
fine.
you're not just
Right.
dropping.
Right.
And it's a nice stretch for yourself to get back up.
So, people who haven't exercised for a long time, older people, try not to strain yourself.
No.
The whole thing is like what you're
Stretch
very loose. You're
and
very
elongate.
loose.
Yep.
Right. So
Take
go-
it at your pace. You could even.
Show me that if you can't go all the way,
So if
something
you
that's
were to-
easier. The easier way.
So you could go down into downward dog
Oh, so you already start.
as this.
Okay. Yeah. So you're already.
And you
your
can-
knees are already on the
You
ground.
can kind of go back into child's pose if
Okay.
downward dog's too hard.
Downward dog and child's pose. Okay.
So that one's more of like just stretching in here if you feel like it's too much
Right.
to get. And like I said, when you're pedaling out, you
pedaling-
don't have to be completely stretched. I
Right.
mean, you can just pedal
As
out
much as you can. All right.
and
So
bend your knees as much as you need to.
that looks like a great exercise for your legs.
Yeah, so it's really stretching and elongating those muscles in through the backs of your legs.
Right. So it's probably better. Same thing as starting any exercise program, to start off real slow.
Yeah.
Don't say, I'm going to do 5 minutes of each of this, and and tomorrow you're dying in pain, and then or you hurt yourself, your back. So you really want to start slow.
Yep.
Get the moves. Some of the moves we're going to show you tonight. Go very, very easy. Maybe 15 seconds,
Yeah.
25 seconds, whatever, 30 seconds, and then give your body a break. Tomorrow, do it all over again.
Maybe play some calm music. And you
Yeah,
can just
music,
get in the
some candles.
Yep,
That,
get in
that's
the-
all ties in together.
get in the mode of it
Yeah.
and just forget about it the rest of the day
Right,
and
right, yeah.
just-
And that's what you now when you go to a session, what's it, about an hour?
ours is usually 45 minutes
Right.
and it's heated. So
What do you call it?
mine's power yoga and it's heated.
So it's heated. There wasn't a name. I thought there was a name. Hot yoga or
Hot
something?
yoga,
Hot
yeah.
yoga.
They
That's
call
what I
it
thought
hot
you
yoga.
said. So how it gets really hot and you
They
sweat.
put it usually, yeah, they put it
Yeah.
really hot.
So that's another way. If you're in your house,
Put the heat up.
put the heat up, or put some really good sweatpants on, sweatshirt, so that you get a nice hot.
And usually when you're hot like that, your muscles tend to loosen
They'll
and you
loosen
can
up.
get that stretch that
Right,
you want.
right, yeah. So, and even before, like even though she was doing some of these exercises, if you want to just stretch around, you know what I'm saying?
Warm
Just
up a little.
Warm up a little. You don't have to start right with the moves. You can,
Mm-hmm.
but just so that the things are warm. Just like in any exercise, any sport you do, you kind of want to warm up and just get ready. Don't jump off of getting out of a car after riding for an hour and a half in the cold, or off the sofa. You're not ready. You should loosen up a little and get your blood flowing. All right, so those are couple of basic exercises.
Yeah, those are pretty basic and they're what you usually will start with.
You usually start with those.
Yep.
Okay, so you're on the ground. So any more that what you're gonna do while you're on the ground?
No, usually those are the ones that later on in the stretches, you'll find yourself back in
Right.
downward dog and back in the flow, like I said, was when you're finding a flow, like in between a pose, say you're doing a pose and you
Right.
come back down, you want to come back down into that flow.
You like that, so that's a big one, that's a flow, right?
Yep, and that you're doing most of the time when you're
Right.
doing a lot of your moves, just to get yourself into the move. and the
Even just
groove.
getting back with your hands is a
So
workout.
usually that's not what you do. Like usually if you're on a mat, so I'm just doing that to get up to show you,
Right.
but if I was on a mat, you would come here, bend, and up.
Okay, that's another way.
Mm-hmm.
Do that again, please. So there's 2 ways to get up from that.
So there's 3 actually.
Right.
So you would come up
Yeah.
and then you could step
You could step, okay, or you could hop.
or you could hop. So go back down. So that was stepping.
And hop.
And hop.
Okay, excellent. Or use your hands.
Or you can use your hands to
Right.
get up.
Now that exercise right there, if you were that's almost like what the exercises you used to do when you competed. What did you call
CrossFit.
those?
Oh, that's
Going
more
down?
of like plyometrics,
Right.
kind of.
Yeah. And you do a lot of those jumps, go down.
Oh,
you
the
gotta do-
burpees.
Burpees. Yeah, the burpees. I
Yeah.
knew there was a name that I
There's
liked.
the name of it.
That's almost like a burpee, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so you could actually do a lot of those. What a workout.
Yeah, that's a workout. Burpee, one burpee is enough.
Right. So if you were to do that, now you're doing more of a hard workout
A hard
instead of
workout,
yoga.
yeah.
All right, and this yoga should be more relaxing.
It's what you want to get
It's
out
what
of
you
it.
want to get out of it, but I
Right.
just saw that and I said, there's a burpee.
Yeah.
If she kept doing that, now what a workout.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do some stuff standing up. Show me the,
So, if you were to come out of that I just hopped into, usually you come out of it and you lift your hands and find yourself in heart center, which is here. So you would come up from that pose. You would hop. I'll show you from the side. Come up, both arms, and into the middle.
so you're stretching
You're
as high as you
stretching as
can.
high as you can, and you're inhaling
And
deep,
inhaling.
and then you let it out.
So the inhaling and exhaling makes a big difference in
Yeah.
a lot of your moves, all right? So
Yeah,
maybe we
because
could-
if you held your breath that whole time,
Right, you don't want to do that.
you want to
No.
let that out.
Now, is that just one time, or you just do a lot of those?
So you come up usually and you find that, and then you go down, stretch, come back up, inhale, exhale. And then you
do
can
that as
keep
many
doing
times.
it again.
Do them a couple times.
And you can find your flat back, which is usually where you feel parallel. It's hard to find usually, but you can usually get a good,
Your flat back?
this is a flat back.
So you're saying this back here?
This needs to be, yep. And then,
I could see strain on that, and then you're going
and
down.
then back.
Right, okay.
And then come back up.
And then you come here.
Yeah, big breath.
So you can go real slow?
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That
Yeah.
feels good.
Does feel
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
because a lot of times in exercises and in life, you forget to breathe
Right.
big and deep like that, and
That's
it
for
really
sure.
helps.
That's for
Espe-
sure.
In any exercise that you're doing, you want to
And
breathe.
People don't breathe right, and they get themselves tired. They get tired because short breaths, you're not getting the oxygen in your body, and you're nervous,
Mm-hmm.
and you breathe heavily.
And it's just relaxing.
Yeah.
It'll
This
get
might
you
be
where
good
you
right
need to be.
before bed
Yeah.
if you go slow enough, and you do a lot of really intense breathing.
Yep.
Um,
Breathing can get you through anything.
That's
if you
right.
breathe through, that's why they do it
Right.
in childbirthing and all that.
Right.
Just if you know how to breathe right,
And
you
when
can
you
breathe it out.
exhale all your negativity.
Yeah.
And
Inhale
all-
everything
all
that
your
you want,
worries.
let go of everything you don't.
That's right, yeah. So that's what yoga has.
That's what yoga's all about, really. It's really about balance and letting go of and
You know,
living in the now.
Any sport,
Mm-hmm.
say Tae Kwon Do, baseball, most sports are the same because your mind is so intense on that sport that you're doing, it takes your mind off everything else.
Right.
Whether you're bowling, darts, golfing, and
You're in the moment.
you're in the moment. Now, all the worries, your money worries, your school worries, your work worries,
Everything's
they're
gone.
gone. They're not even there. You really can't think of two things at the same time if you're concentrating on what you're doing. That's why all sports, it's a good hobby, and it gets your body back in shape.
Yeah, and it's good for people to get active and move.
Right. And yoga is one of the best, from what I hear, for relaxation and getting in tune with your body so that you can...
Because while you're while other sports are fast-moving, fast-paced, yoga's really slow.
Right.
And it
You
can be really
concentrate, yeah.
slow, and you can just really feel what's happening to you.
And older people, I'm getting there, older people can do it, right? Yeah, I mean, you just stand up
Yep.
and you just,
And breathe.
how hard is that? And breathe. All right, show them a very easy move we can do.
You can do, this is, so Warrior 2 is here.
Warrior 2.
So here would be, I mean, I can show this way, but it's hard to do. So you really want to you really want to look forward and find a focal point.
And it's Warrior 2.
And that's Warrior 2.
That's what you see all the time on yoga. And you just stay in that position.
And you can stay in as long as you
So
want.
everything
You're using your muscles.
Oh, you're
for
using
sure.
everything. I can see that, yeah.
Your arms, to keep them up like this is not very easy. I
Right.
mean, for long periods of time.
Now, see this position she's in? Notice how she's parallel with, like, straight up, all right? Parallel with the floor in gravity. She's not forward or back, really. She goes too forward or back, she's gonna fall over. She's straight with gravity, and she's not fighting gravity.
Right.
All right? Although gravity's pushing at your arms,
Yep.
all right? And it's pushing at your body, especially being in that position. But what a workout. It's
Yep,
tight.
and then so you want this foot straight. So that's your grounding foot.
Right.
So you're not like this and sliding
Right.
into a split or, so that'll be nice and grounding for you.
Right.
Once you find yourself and find your focal point.
For balance.
And to push yourself a little forward to feel that stretch, but feel this leg working.
Right.
And then from here, if you wanted to get back into a flow or a downward dog, you can reverse it.
And just come back and stretch.
And this is a huge and really good stretch for in
Wow.
through here.
Yeah.
And so you can reverse it, and you could even come down with it and find yourself back into a flow.
So you're doing exercises and you're going into, I call it burpee, but you're going into your flow.
Into your flow.
Can you try that one more time, just so that, so you
So
just,
if you want a little bit of a circuit going,
Right.
there's things that you can tie together.
and keep doing them, yeah.
And so to do it at home, you just have to think
Of what you want to do.
what you want to do. The internet's amazing. You can find all kinds of stuff to do there. But you would want to get into this, reverse it.
And you're
And for
grabbing your
each
leg.
breath,
You're grabbing your
each
leg.
one you want to breathe. Like so here,
Grab your leg.
full
right?
breath. Come down. You can, and then come up. So there's one.
And then you do the other side all the
And
time.
then always you want to do each side.
Try the
That's-
other side for me.
That's balance. That's
Yeah,
what it is,
it's-
you
it's
know?
Yin and yang,
Yeah, in yoga you don't want to just do one side.
right? So we gotta do both sides all the time, so.
So you'd want to be here and here.
Yeah, that's a good workout. Nice.
And then you can keep doing that circuit over and over again. It's really good for shoulders,
Everything,
everything, but
you know?
maybe it's because of what I do for work that I can feel it in my shoulders.
Right, yeah.
Just
No, everyone
lifting
can
it.
feel it. If I
yeah.
started doing that, I'd feel it in my shoulders too. Because your own body weight, you're working your own body weight.
Yeah, and just to breathe like that, you want to breathe through every move. Every move you want to
Right.
feel the move.
Because
and-
that move right there that you did, right? That's actually our back stance.
Right.
So what you did there, all right?
is
and you had
stretching
your-
you and strengthening
Right.
you for a back stance.
Same thing. And you have your balance. You have your balance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny how little moves like that, yoga, martial arts, they intertwine. it.
Even if you were swinging a baseball,
Of
you
course.
want to get,
Right. That's right.
You know?
Yeah. What else we got? We probably have time for one more little move here. It's easy.
So another easy one would be, I mean, there's chair, which is moderate.
Show us
It's
the
not-
moderate. Show us
it's
what gets a little
not
hard.
too hard, but it's not. So you want to keep your hands as close as you can to your ears.
Right.
It's really not easy. And get as low as you can into a chair position. And try and keep yourself straight.
Wow.
Which most of us want to go like this.
Right, yeah.
And bend that back, which is fine until you get to the position where you can.
Right. So you went all the way down, right?
So as far
but
as
you don't have to go all the way down.
You don't have to. You can
go,
start,
right,
go as low as you can.
without hurting your knees.
And try and keep, just main focus being keeping yourself as tall as you can and your hands close to your ears. It's really hard and you can feel it through your back.
Yeah.
And through here is where you feel that.
I can see the pressure that would be back here. So let's try one more time. So if I say I don't know how to do it.
So just
feet parallel with each other.
Regular. You could even put them pretty close together.
Yeah.
For this one.
It seemed it would be easier for me if they were open.
It might be, yeah. You could.
Right now I just bring my hands up high and I just sit back. Now.
And you want your hips low.
Right.
Hips low and back.
And my back
and
straight.
Your back
now
straight.
I can feel it on my back.
Yeah, so that's where
I want to go like this.
That's where most people and that's where you get your posture.
Wow.
Everybody wants to walk like this.
Yeah.
Sit like this.
Yeah. So if you want to try this at home, and your hands are up, it bothered me. My back going like this, I could feel it. I can feel it low on my back. Here. I want to do this because this feels real comfortable.
Yeah, that's cozy.
Yeah, that's cozy. So when you do that exercise, if you try it now.
So know that if you have back issues, don't really try that. Maybe.
Well, no, they could go here.
Yeah.
Right? You can go here, and you still feel it here.
Don't strain yourself over
But I can feel the strain on my back because I've never done that before. And yeah, you really would have to start, an older person, start maybe right here. And you have to work because I can still feel it on my knees. Yeah. And my legs.
It's good for your hamstrings. You're sitting here, even if you just don't put your hands up at first, you keep them at heart center. Right. Okay. And you just kind of work those legs, and that's a workout and a half.
Wow, that'd strengthen your legs phenomenal. Yeah. You know, yoga. A lot of people take yoga who do a lot of different sports just for that strength and for the balance.
Yeah, and it really loosens your muscles. You don't want your muscles to get so tight that you can't move. That's how you get injuries. Right. And that's why you see a lot of runners be doing yoga. Right. So that none of those muscles get so tight that you're getting an injury.
Football players, hockey players, basketball players, they should be doing this. Because you do an exercise like this, you're not going to get the injury with the hamstrings or that quick move where you pull something.
We have some, like, majority of women go, but we do see like a lot of guys come in. Right. And it's almost smart. Guys are so tight in your legs, those hamstrings, and I mean the sweat that comes out of these people. Yeah. But I mean, just the flexibility part of it and that stretching and the elongating, if you want to be lean.
And there's not many yoga places around. They're popping up. Yeah. I know there's one I think there's one in Dracut now, and I know there's one in Dracut, matter of fact. Your mother went to one. They're popping up all over because people are realizing. You know, people, even myself, martial arts, I'm used to fast and hard, and I look at people people on TV doing yoga, I'm going, oh, that looks too easy. That's easy, that can't be hard. Just doing this, I realized I'd crawl out of there because I'm not used to that kind of position.
Yeah, and they'll have you hold, like, it depends on what kind of class you go to. Like I said, I do the power. Right. And they'll have you hold that, and it's heated, and you're dying, sweating. But I mean, that's a really good workout in itself.
Now, if you can't, we don't want to scare everyone either. If you were to go to a place, they tell you go at your pace. At your pace. Never try and strain yourself. Right.
And if you find yourself too fatigued or you feel like you don't feel right, just find yourself back in child's pose. And just relax.
Until you build yourself up.
Until you build yourself up, yeah.
And that's what we said earlier before. You got to make sure you don't stay in many of these poses too long tonight, or tomorrow you're going to be hurting.
Oh, you'll feel it.
You'll feel it. I know that I would feel what I just did, because I've never been in that pose where my back was straight up. I remember, actually, your mother just recently started, and I asked her how was it, because I was waiting for her to come home really sore. She goes, wow, are they professional? And I'm really not that sore. I can feel my muscles.
And you're not nervous going in. They don't expect you to do exactly what they're doing at
No,
their
yeah,
pace.
you're
So it's
brand
not
new,
it's
right.
not a stressful environment where you're
Right.
like, oh, I can't do that.
Right.
They're gonna think that I can't. They'll say, just relax,
Right.
get back into your child's pose, or do it at your pace.
Now, you're saying we're done, the show's done, but you're saying there's a lot more poses that you know
Oh yeah,
that are
that's
still
just basic. That's
Yeah.
more basic. That's like very beginning,
Right.
and then it just gets.
I'm going to ask you to put some more together, and maybe within another 2 or 3 weeks or a month or so, we'll do a second part to this class.
Yeah.
All right? Because I think people, if they were to work out on what you just did today,
And even stretch
we'll want more.
before
Right.
they do the Tae Kwon Do, I think would be good.
Yeah, that's right. For the Tae Kwon Do. So if you do some of the kicks, you're practicing some of the kicks and some of the punches, and also doing a little of the yoga. Wow,
Yeah.
you're in good shape.
Yeah, you'll have a good workout
Yeah,
there.
what a great workout. Can you do that black crow again or
The
whatever?
side crow?
Side black crow. What am I?
So side crow
Watch your side crow. She showed me this one night. I go, Mel, you are one strong. Look at this. Now she'll just stay like that. Beautiful. Thanks, Mel. That would take. I don't know if I could ever do that. I don't
you
think my
could. So
body
you
should-
would start at regular crow. So that's the side.
Yeah.
Regular crow, you would get down. Your arms are here, and you just rest on them.
Oh, so that's just the start.
And that's how you start.
Yeah,
That's how you start.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
put your
of course.
face into the ground.
Yeah. Well, this is a rug. It's pretty cool. Mel, thank
That's
you
why
very
you want a
much.
mat.
Yeah, you want a mat if you can do a
or
mat.
a rug.
But yeah, 'cause thank God you didn't have this floor. You
Yeah,
would
it's
clunk
kind
in.
of concussion, you know.
That's fun. And you want to. The big thing is you want to breathe. You want to breathe in on all your moves.
Yeah.
So as you're doing these exercises, don't hold your breath because you'll pass out. If you hold your breath.
Yeah, you don't want to hold your breath
yeah.
doing anything.
You don't want to hold your breath doing anything. So as you're doing these moves, keep breathing, especially the ones on the ground, and you're going to find yourself as relaxed as you'll ever be when you're done with that exercise.
Yeah,
with these
usually they have, at the end you'll lay
Yeah.
and just relax.
And just-
You lay on your back and
Nice,
your hands
calm
out to the
music.
palm, calm music, and just breathe and lose yourself. And that's how you usually end it.
Thank you very much,
You're
Mel.
welcome.
Hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Until next time, have fun and train hard.